This man right here is the greatest Soviet boxer of all time. 2 Olympic golds and 1 bronze. Boris Lagutin. And he was a fundamental boxer in the purest sense. He did a couple of simple things, but he did them exceptionally well. Deep simplicity. As you can see, he had this karate style stance and it almost looked like he was levitating around the canvas. And characteristic to many boxers in the Soviet school, he preferred to keep the distance. He would frustrate the opponent with the lead hand, whether we're talking about long jabs or long hooks, and he was waiting for the opponent to make a mistake to get frustrated and overextend, and then he would respond with a deadly right hand. And this right hand, he had a special technique for it. So when he threw this right hand, he would aim through the opponent, not merely on the target. And this is a very common theme in boxing, punching through the target. You've probably heard it from Mike Tyson. The idea is that you maximize the impulse this way. And impulse is force applied over time. Force multiplied by time, in other words. And why is this relevant? Because if you tap the target and bring it back too early, you don't allow for all of the potential force to be applied to the target. You are cutting the punch short. It has a purpose in distracting or feinting, but not if you're going for a powerful shot or a finishing blow. You can still make damage this way, but the force has to be exceptional. So with this impulse and momentum relationship, there are 3 potential outcomes. Either you increase the force predominantly, the time of its application, or the best solution to increase both. So if you want to maximize the power in a punch, you have to punch hard and you have to punch through. And here is what Boris Lagutin did to ensure that he punched through the opponent. He would work on this together with his coach for a drill that they called the postman. He would throw 2 very quick and wavy limb-to-limb punches with his lead hand, usually a jab or a lead hook. And then he would push hard with his rear leg against the ground. Not only does this generate tons of potential force, but it also closes the distance. And as he gets near the opponent, he releases this devastating right hand and he punches through the opponent with a margin. And then to ensure that all of the impulse is generated, he would actually leave his right hand for a millisecond before bringing it back. Now, if you wanna practice this on your own, don't over-exaggerate it. You shouldn't pause here for 10 seconds, just to leave it there for a millisecond, feel that you have actually punched through the target, and then bring it back. You can practice this on the heavy bag, on the pads, and do not confuse this with pushing or shoving your punch. That is not the point. The point is that you have to keep an extra margin in your punch through the target, and allow for all of the force to be transferred so that you don't bring it back prematurely. If you're an up-and-coming boxer, I definitely encourage you to look at more old footage of boxing. There is a very special and pure feeling about watching these people box. I cannot put it into words, but there is a connotation of simplicity and just art. These people, they lived in worlds where there were less noise, less conflicting opinions. They were textbook examples of how powerful deep simplicity truly is in the game of boxing. That you don't need to know everything, you don't need to know a lot of things, you just need to know a couple of things, but do them exceptionally well.